He's the host of Young Jerks on WEMF Radio. He's also a journalist at Dig Boston. He's been the president of MassCan NORML in the past. He's quite an advocate and quite an activist for marijuana, and we're very honored to have him to speak with us today.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Hey, Boston. Cambridge. I guess what I've been doing for the last 10, 15 years is activism. It's my #1 role. I'd say I'm almost like a professional activist, but I never made any money at it. And I never had the intent to do that. But what I'm finding is, we've been very successful. It's not just me, it's a community of people behind us. First thing I want to just everyone here, show of hands, there's all types of people, I don't know what people are here for. Would you consider yourself an activist or are interested in activism? Show of hands. That's good, yeah, all right, a good number. I know who Dr. Umer is. That's what I love. I love the activism stuff. I love Dr. Uma, I love Bill Downing here today. I love everyone here today because I do see all the speakers in their different ways are all activists. One of the things I want to talk about today is how do we change things, whether it's marijuana, whether it's any type of rights, whatever cause you like. Because I have had some success at that. I've been part of movements that have actually won. We've achieved things, and I'm going to talk about some of those things and where I got some of my ideas and how it works in real life with real life examples. And to kick that off, I just want to. So this is a training, an activism training. It's the first thing for me that I've ever given a class on it, and that's what I'm going to treat my 10 minutes like, because I want to see more of it. I want to see people. They have their own causes. I know a lot of people. I meet people all the time that have different causes, and this is going to be my way of kind of giving back to you. And I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible because this stuff is really simple. Actually, it's not that difficult. Just take someone with some passion to go and do it, and to find other people to do it. And that's going to lead me into maybe I gave away the first part of this, but we're going to do another show of hands. There's no right answer on this, and it really depends, I guess, on the instance, but in most cases, which is better, and which is more valuable for political victories, for political action? Would you say inspiring those who hold, let me say that again, I'm getting a little nervous actually, which is funny. Change comes from convincing the middle or the opposition to come to our side. Or B, inspiring those who hold our values to take action. Where do we get the biggest change? The biggest changes, the biggest wins? Is it by inspiring our community that is with us, or convincing an outside group to join us? So let's do a show of hands. Outside group, the opposition, should we waste time convincing them to join us? Show of hands, what do you think? Is that the most valuable way? Couple hands. Someone asked that today, I heard. They were like, how do we change these people against us? How do we educate them? Well, sometimes you don't educate them. We don't need them. We showed when we won DCRIM 2-1. We had the majority. We knew we were going to win. Bill Downing knew we were going to win. But nobody else believed that we could win. The biggest education that came from that is that we were the majority, and people now knew it in Massachusetts for the first time, that they weren't alone, that they felt that that law was wrong. And so it's inspiring those, I believe, that hold our values to take action. That is the show of hands. Do you believe that's the way? Yeah. And that's what we've done. And I'm going to talk about some of the political things, going up against those bad guys. Because the bad guys, going after the bad guys, sometimes is the way that you win. And I've done a lot of that. And I got a list of 10 rules. It's called Rules for Radicals. I don't know if anyone's ever read it, by Sal Alinsky. I read that. And the moment I read that, and I took that in, I realized that I was already using this. I just didn't see it written down. And then when I saw it written down, I said, well, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to continue to fight. I'm just going to read some of them. Power is not only what you have, but what the enemy thinks you have. So that's very important in our movement. When you have the microphone, when the media is interviewing you, and you're going against a political opponent, don't show your weakness. You don't have to admit to it. They're not gonna. That no one supports their side, they're not telling the media that. So don't ever sell yourself short. And realize that that's how you win. When the other side doesn't know, and when they get attacked verbally with a protest, that has an effect. I could continue to go. I know we don't have much time here, Michael. I wanted to read them all, but I'm not gonna. But I'll just give you one. The price of a successful attack is a constructive alternative. That's one thing. Always have an end. Always know what you want. So many times, I'm going to go through some of them. This is history. 2009, after we passed decrim in Massachusetts, right? Every city and town was now talking about raising the fine because they could raise it to $300 if they caught you, right? And what do? We went, first of all, we challenged the city of Methuen because their mayor was talking about it the most. We put a video out with one of the most popular bands, rock band that was a friend of mine, of them smoking a joint. They were, people were like, oh my God, you're going after someone, you're not showing the cause of the good. But that was the idea, it was a trap. The mayor saw the video, reacted to it, spoke about it, and it was on the front page of the newspaper. We're on the front page of the newspaper, Prospect Hill, Mike Cann versus the mayor. The mayor's talking about eating Doritos. We walk in the door, we're like Willie Nelson. We're the outlaws they all like. The police are there, the mayor's there, the city council's there. Prospect Hill, one of the most popular bands in that city ever. Done more charity work. The mayor's kids like them. The mayor wanted to make a deal. He gave us a deal. $300 fine, he called it, because we went after him, because we made it a big deal. We had a little verbal interruption on the front page, and then we were willing to make the deal. He dropped it down from $300 to $50. And it was only in one part of the city and parks, instead of doing it everywhere. We won. He did a press op, holding up the band's t-shirt, the mayor is cool with the stoners. Front page of the Eagle Tribune, third biggest newspaper in the state, like 2 or 3 days in a row. Every other city we started going to. Some of them did raise their ordinances, but most of them didn't. Cambridge didn't. My city, I showed up there, they didn't raise the fine. They knew we were there. They knew that people would show up, and that people cared. And that's what I'm going to tell you. What I've always focused on is Boston, Cambridge, my hometown. That's what you need to do. You need to focus on right here, right now, my turf, wherever it is, you mark it, it's yours. Make sure that city councilor knows you, that mayor knows you, the governor knows you. They know me. I call up WBZ Radio, Governor DeVal Patrick. He's quoting William F. Buckley because he knows me. He knows my voice. He thinks I'm going to get this guy. He's a libertarian. I'll win him over this time. That's how it works. Get them to know you. And then let them know that you're tough, but you're willing to work with them. That's a key part of it, that you're reasonable. That's some of the biggest wins that we had. Scott Brown wanted to, 2009, wanted to get rid of the recriminalization. He wanted to recriminalize marijuana after we passed the ballot initiative. We did a protest. We're on WBZ Radio, Bill Downing's on, every media outlet in the city, in the state. He basically disavowed the whole thing. Oh, I didn't mean that. Nobody wanted to touch it after that. Let's talk about Mayor Walsh, Patriot Care. You see that happen recently? Mayor Walsh didn't like medical marijuana, didn't like legalization, campaigned against every initiative we've ever had. And guess who helped us open medical marijuana in Boston? Mayor Walsh. And why? Because we did this. There's rules for radical. We made it about Mayor Walsh. We said, Mayor Walsh, if this doesn't get opened, it's on you. One-term Walsh, everyone started saying. And you know what? Mayor Walsh made that dispensary open because he knew that we're here. There's a great power in that. Charlie Baker and Mass DPH. We've been working on them. Nicole Snow, who's going to come up in a little while, she's killing it. If I have to say one thing today, that people need to focus on one thing today, it's supporting that group, Mass Patients Advocacy Alliance. People grow, you do well, give them money. Because we're so close to getting our rights for caregivers, to have real caregiver access for medical patients. I am one of them. So she's going to tell you about some of that. We made it about Charlie Baker. We made it about the DPH. We kept being loud about it. And then we give them the option. You know, so many times I've been the guy that's, rattling, shaking the, making the noise. And then I know that Matt Allen or someone else that's more institutional is going to finish the job. That's what it's about. Your job, we don't have, a lot of times we don't have money, but we have power. Our power is people. That's all I'll focus on. Bring out the people, get them fired up against the politicians, and then you watch the deals come through. It doesn't happen every time, but so often. I keep going. These are the politicians we pushed, we won against here. So my thing is get involved. Support my show right here every Saturday, Young Jerks. Check us out at Dig Boston, but MPAA, get involved with them. Support both campaigns to legalize marijuana. I was so excited when I came. One of the ballot initiatives is right there. I don't know which one I picked up. Was it Bay State repeal? Oh, it's the MPP one. Okay. I might collect, no, I can't. I don't know. Maybe I will collect states for both. I support both, but I really like Bay State repeal. I don't know, do people like Bay State repeal here? I want to have a vote here. Let's take a vote. How many people at this point are supporting Bay State repeal in Massachusetts? Show of hands. How many are supporting MPPs? Okay, I support both. I'm like Bill Downing. If they're both on the ballot, I'm voting for both of them. And that's what I encourage everyone to do. But I'm going to wrap it up. I kind of rambled a little bit, but I hope I just gave you a taste. I want to read a couple more of these. You can look at Right Align. I'm going to post it on my Facebook page if you don't know me. You can pick up a card. I'm right here. Rules for Radicals by Sal Alinsky. This is what I like to do. Pick the target, freeze it, personalize it, and polarize it. Did we do that against Mayor Walsh? Yeah, and did it work, Michael? Yes. Yeah, it worked. People said it would never happen, that we would never get a dispensary opened in Boston. That they were on my Facebook page. They were telling me it. Mike Kent, you don't know what you're talking about. There's no way. Well, Nicole, Dennis, we talked about it, and we said, you know what, we're going to make this happen. And we made it about Mayor Walsh. And you made it about Mayor Walsh. That's another one in here. Make it so that your actions and tactics have to be something that people enjoy. And you know what? We all enjoyed going after Mayor Walsh, didn't we? I did. Did you enjoy that? Yeah. And guess what happened? Mayor Walsh wanted to be with us. Mayor Walsh said, you know what? I'm going to let this medical marijuana dispensary open in Boston. And that's what happened. It was because of you. So continue to do that. And if you're new to it, or any cause, make it about the politician if you have to, because it works. It works. We can affect change. Let me tell you, people don't believe it. They have apathy. I've done it over. There were other ones I want to talk. Some of them I can't even talk about because I'm too close to them in weird ways. But so many times, hundreds of times, affected change. You can too. And if you want to get involved in that, I'm always here for you. I will help you out right as much as I can. So I want to thank everyone in the room for coming down tonight. I want to thank this community, Boston, for getting that dispensary, all of you. And I want to make sure that people stick around for Nicole Snow. She's, I believe, closing it off. MPA, you got to hear what's going on with the medical marijuana and support that group. Mass Patients Advocacy Alliance. Even if you just give them $5 if you're poor like me. Give them $5, $10 every time you see them. It makes a difference. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Michael, too, and the Microsoft Center.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mike. And I want to let everyone know his show is on tomorrow night at 6 p.m. on WEMF Radio. So please definitely listen in and check it out. Everyone is so spread out. Why don't we all come forward a little bit, and we're going to go into the next talk with Eve Marie. Eve is... There she is, yes. Excellent.